Well, when I got out, man, I got out. Well, I got shipped. I got shipped when I got shipped to back to the Anson to get released, cause they ship you back to somewhere close where you finna get released at, like a day before you get released, or that week, like maybe a couple days before you get released. And when I got released, when I got to that other spot, one of my mans was there, and he was like, "Man, when you get out, bro, don't even worry about nothing. Just call this number." And when I got out, he gave me a number to call. He gave me some Mexican guys to call that he was dealing with. And when I got out, I called him and basically like, I ain't right back at it, man. Doing the same thing I went in there for. Didn't learn nothing. Didn't try to change nothing up. Just went right back to the streets, doing the same thing that I went in there for. Back to selling drugs.
So after getting out and going right back to the streets, obviously we know that your big bid, is coming up. So what was that? How long it take? When did you get out? 27?
I got a, yeah,
You're 27,
2007, yeah, 2007.
2007, and you were 27 years old?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, how long were you out until like the following case? And then start talking about that. What happened? How'd everything go like the next time you went to prison?
Well, I got out. I got out. I might have got at the end of 2006. I want to say, begin. Yeah, I think I got out the end of 2000, like in like the summer of 2006. And when I got out, like I said, I went right back to selling. Like I had never left. And then, I just like really won't even thinking about nothing, just went right back into it, dealing with people that I probably shouldn't have been dealing with. And I want to say everything was going smooth, but it was like the year 2008. I can remember like yesterday. It was like when Obama first got elected, and it was a drought. Like couldn't nobody find no drugs or nothing. I was kind of like the only one that had drugs at the time, and that's when I got home invaded. Like kicked some homeboys I that I was selling to, but still don't even know the real, don't know all them names, but I know it was them that did it. The same guys that told on me on the federal case. They kicked my mom door in, tied me up, tied me and my mom up, home invaded me, beat me for like 3 hours, and they beat me bad trying to get the dope and the money, and like I ain't even had nothing at my mom's house, like, so really they were doing it for them because there wasn't no dope and money in the house. And after that kind of, put me in a position like to want to hurt somebody. That was like 2008. And like me and my brother, we was like, man, if we find out who did it, like I was gonna really probably end up killing somebody or, hurting somebody bad if I'd have really found out who did that, because like they kicked my mom door in and tied my mom up, and I wasn't even staying with my mom at that time, and somebody was following me that night, and they followed me to my mom's house, and I guess I had been there probably a couple hours, and I had went to sleep, and next thing I know, I just heard somebody like the door getting kicked in. They were saying police, police, and so when the door did kick in, I just seen people with black bulletproof vests on with a police shirt, black shirt, police. Like the bulletproof vest said police, so I thought it was the police, you know. And after the third, like the first person came in, I did have my hand up, but it was like I seen that it wasn't the police, so I started swinging, trying to fight the first guy that came in. Then the second guy came in, and I had to be a big dude, because when he came in, he just hit me. Like, when he hit me, like, broke my jaw off top, slid me, knocked me out, like, slid me to the couch on the first lick, broke my jaw. And I remember waking up, and when I woke up, I was hog tied. Like, my hand behind my back, my feet was tied. And I heard somebody asking my mom, what are drugs and money at? And my mom was like, I don't know what nothing at. I don't know what he do. I don't know nothing about what's going on. I don't know what he do. And I heard one of the guys say, "Oh, she ready to die." So just hearing somebody tell my mom she ready to die over something I was doing, man, it was like a hurting feeling that I couldn't even protect her at that time, to be, be vulnerable in that position at the time, and I can't even help her. Like, that was a hurting feeling, man, to be in a position like that for something I was doing.
Dang, that's crazy, bro. So keep going with the story. What happened?
They beat me. Like I said, they beat me for like 3 hours, and I had brought a blue pit bull for like $2,500, and I kept her in the house, and she was 6 months. She had just came in heat, and I heard, like, I woke up, I heard a gunshot, boom, and they threw when they shot my dog, they threw the dog on top of me. So the dog blood leaked all over me, all on the floor, and my blood from my head, cause my head was swole like a pumpkin. So all my blood leaked out. They shot me in my leg. They kicked me in my stomach like 100 times. And so I just heard somebody, like, after, I was in and out. Like, I would doze, I would go out, and they would wake me up. One time I woke up, they were burning my eyebrows, saying, what are drugs and money? They were burnt, both of my eyebrows were burnt off, completely off with a lighter. Like, they were saying, what are drugs and money? Every time I was waking up, I could just see the lighter. They were burning my eyebrows. It was like frying my eyebrows off. And my mom was just sitting there listening to all this, man, and she was over there crying, and it was crazy, man. And at the end, I heard one of the guys, I guess they trashed my mama house, because they was in there with flashlights. They ain't had a light on, so it was in there with flashlights, just looking for drugs and money. And like I'm telling them, ain't nothing in the house, but they steady. They took my jewelry. I had some jewelry and stuff at that time. They ain't getting them but $700 and some jewelry, and some a little bit of weed. And I heard one of the guys saying, "Man, let's go, man. He dead." Cause I was laying on the floor, like, basically like playing possum. Like, I'm thinking, well, if I lay here long enough and and I ain't moving, they gonna think I'm dead. So, cause they see all the blood that's done leaked out. So one of the guys, he had told dude, like, "Man, I told you, don't let him move, because it's guns in there. He got guns and everything in here. So don't let him move. Don't let him move. Not watch him." So, and then one of the dudes said, "Man, let's go, man. He dead. Let's go." And I heard the guys walking out, like, they was all of them was leaving out the house. And in my mind, I wanted to lift my leg up, because it was like they was walking over my leg to get out, like they was stepping over me. And on the last dude that I felt going out, I started to lift my leg up and trip him out the door. But I ain't even. I like I said, I just played possum just for them to leave. And when they left, I started really trying to speak. And when I was trying to talk, I really couldn't even talk, because my jaw was broke. So I was like mumbling, and I was mumbling to my mom. I was like, "Mom, you all right?" And she was like, "Yeah, yeah." And she just wondering, was I all right? And well, they had the zip ties on our arms, and I kind of asked her, was her leg tied up, and she said, "No, just my arms." And I told her to go over to the neighbor's house and get them to uncut her and call the police.
Dang, bro. That's insane. So what happened? You went to the hospital, and then what happened with the hospital experience, and then like getting out of the hospital, and then how did life continue? What happened?
Yeah, so when my mom went next door to the neighbors and called the police, and we had a scanner in the house, like a police scanner. And I heard when I heard they was sending the police out in the ambulance out to our address, and they were like, it's been a home invasion. I knew that she had made it over there, and the cops and the ambulance was on their way. So when the ambulance when my neighbors came over, man, to with my mom, they went. It was like they went hysterical, man, and they was like, "Oh my God!" Like they was like bust out crying. They couldn't believe like they seen all the blood and like the way I was swole up, and I'm feeling like I'm not even noticing how I'm looking because like I'm just looking at them, but I feel I'm still alive. So like I'm not seeing what they seeing, and they looking at me like they know me, so they seeing me and they know that I'm really messed up, and they was like, oh man, they ain't have to do him like that, man. He look at him and he's hurt bad, and but like I'm still feeling like I'm okay because I'm alive. And when the ambulance got there, they automatically started putting me on the stretcher and bandaging. Like really, they would say we got to get him to the hospital. We got to get him to the hospital because his head is swole big. And the detectives get there, and the first thing they asked me was who I done sold some bad dope to. Why I'm messed up, why I'm in the stretcher and getting put in the ambulance. They asking me like, do I know who did this or who I done sold some bad dope to? And I just didn't even say nothing. I just kind of like act like I went back out. And when I got to the hospital, well, I did go back out. When I got to the hospital, I don't even remember riding from the ambulance from my house to the hospital. And when I got to the hospital, I remember waking back up, and the detectives was back in the room, and they was still asking me, did I have any beef with somebody? Do I think I know who did it? And I didn't know who did it. I didn't have no beef with nobody, so no, I didn't know who did it. And well, the doctor there was telling my mom that they think they got to ship me to Charlotte Hospital because my head keep swelling, and they don't know why it keeps swelling up. It keep getting bigger and bigger. So they shipped me to Charlotte Hospital, where they put me in the ICU for like 4 days, and the doctor there, he just told me, he was like, man, like for real, like one time I woke up, I went in a deep sleep, and some asked me, will you live for me? Like, will you live for me? It was like I seen a light, and it was like asking me, will you live for me? Will you live for me? And I woke up and I said yes. And I woke up. When I woke up, my mom and my aunts was standing there. And they were like, what's wrong? And they was just crying, and they asking me, was I okay? And the doctor came in the room, and he said, man, I'm gonna tell you, I don't know what kind of blessing you got on your life, but you don't supposed to be here right now. Like, you supposed to be gone. Like, and I don't know what's keeping you alive, but the only thing I can say is if you wouldn't have had dreads, the only thing by me being a professional doctor, the only thing I can say, if you wouldn't have had dreads, you probably been dead, because you probably would have bled out. And the dreads had kept my blood, like, I guess, like compact in my head for, like, I guess the dreads kept them like a sponge. The blood was like a sponge. It went in and my dread like a sponge, which is crazy. But that what the doctor told me. Said if I wouldn't have had dreads, I would have been dead.
Damn, bro. That's crazy.
And listen, if you've done any time, I'm talking about a county jail, state penitentiary, federal, or even drug programs, whatever. If you want to share your story on this channel, go ahead and email me at eithekingbooking. Go ahead and put your stories in the comments below. If there's anything that I talked about slightly, you want me to go more in depth on, or anything I haven't talked about at all, and it's a good idea, drop it in the comments. Let me know. And also remember, I am a rapper. My artist name is E.I. the King. You can find my music on all platforms. I also have another channel, YouTube channel, my official artist channel, E.I. the King. And I also have another podcast. It's called Let Me Talk Bro, where I talk more so about my life, music, ministry, and all these things. Also, I have a Patreon with exclusive content. Everything is in the description below. So listen, man, till the next time, it's your boy, E.I. the King.